Well, hello again, everyone. I know you know the old saying that April showers bring May flowers. Well, today we're going to bring you those May flowers in abundance. So sit back and enjoy the show. And be sure to pay attention, because at the end of the slideshow, we're going to have a flower quiz to see how many of the spring flowers you can identify. We'll first show you all the flowers, one at a time, and then ask you to identify them, so stay alert. However, before we begin the spring flower show, let's start with a famous poem about spring just to set the stage. This poem was written by Robert Browning and is titled Pippa's Song, The Years at the Spring. Here we go. The years at the spring, the days at the morn, mornings at 7, the hillsides dew-pearled, the larks on the wing, the snails on the thorn. God's in his heaven, all's right with the world. And we follow Browning's poem with another that I'm sure you will recognize, at least in part. This one is by Joyce Kilmer, and it's simply titled Trees. Here's the poem. I think that I shall never see a poem lovely as a tree whose hungry mouth is pressed against the earth's sweet flowing breast, a tree that looks at God all day and lifts her leafy arms to pray, a tree that may in summer wear a nest of robins in her hair, upon whose bosom snow has lain, who intimately lives with rain. Poems are made by fools like me, but only God can make a tree. Well, I hope you like those photos of the beautiful trees in eastern Pennsylvania. For our next display, we could not find a more characteristic or intense display of spring color than the magic of tulips in full bloom. Normally, we see tulips 5 or 10 at a time in our spring gardens. But today we have a very special treat. A well-known photographer was allowed to photograph the tulips in perhaps the most famous tulip garden in the world, the Keukenhof Botanical Gardens in Lisse, Netherlands. These gardens have been closed to the public this year due to the COVID pandemic, so no visitors were allowed into the gardens to view the magnificent spring tulip displays. However, a few professional photographers were allowed to tour the gardens alone, with the proviso that they would share their images with the public. These images are especially significant in that only the beautiful tulips are featured and the views are not blocked in any way by pedestrians wandering the paths of the gardens. So enjoy the beautiful tulips in the Keukenhof Gardens in the next slideshow. Okay, we will now return to our own Cherry Blossom Festival that occurs around the Reflecting Pool and around Washington, D.C. every year. Cherry blossoms bloom throughout Japan in the spring, putting on a glorious show of color to delight the citizens and brighten the country as it emerges from the cold and darkness of winter. Our Japanese cherry blossoms were a gift to America from the Emperor of Japan in 1912, and they have the same effect in our country. Each year they welcome the coming of spring around Easter time to anxious crowds of onlookers hungry for a taste of the beauty of spring and the summer which is soon to follow. Okay, get ready now for the spring flower quiz. Since you've seen examples of several beautiful flower gardens from around the world, we're going to show you examples of characteristic spring flowers from your region of the country, and then give you the correct name of each. Each flower will remain on the screen for 15 seconds so that you can appreciate its beauty and also so that you can become familiar with the correct name of the flower, which is printed on the photo. Pay attention to the names and try to remember them, because at the end of the slideshow, we will play a short game. In this game, we will show the flowers again, in the same order, but this time without the names. And we're going to ask you to record the correct name of each flower from your memory on an answer sheet, which the staff will hand out to you. The staff will pass out the answer sheets, and you should record only the letter designating the name of the flower as it appears in the second picture. You do not need to write down the actual name of the flower, only the letter next to the correct name designating the flower. At the end of the second showing, we will take a break to tally up the correct responses and create a score. Each correct response will be worth 5 points, for a total of 100 points. Let's see who can win the most points and become the spring flower queen or king. Here are the flowers. Try to remember the names. Number 1, the crocus. Number 2, hyacinths. Number 3, peonies. Number 4, daffodils. Number 5, pansies. Number 6, lilacs. Number 7, iris. Number 8, poppies. Number 9, lily of the valley. Number 10, wisteria. Number 11, rhododendron. Number 12, roses. Number 13, primrose. Number 14, hydrangea. Number 15, dogwood. Number 16, magnolia. Number 17, apple blossom. Number 18, forsythia. Number 19, bleeding heart. And number 20, red salvia. Okay, it's time for the spring flower quiz. Here we go. Remember what I said, a photo of each flower will now appear on the screen for about 15 seconds. But this time, the name of the flower will not be printed on the screen. You should try to remember the name of the flower. Look to the right of your score sheet to find the letter designating that flower and print it in the correct sequence on the left of your answer sheet. If you correctly identify all 20 of the flowers, you will achieve a score of 100 points and you will be a winner. Good luck! Well, this concludes our spring flower show, and I hope you have enjoyed the poems, the beautiful photos, the accompanying music, and finally the flower quiz. And I'm hoping that your activity director has come up with a wonderful prize for the winner or winners of the flower quiz. It's been a pleasure being here with you, and I look forward to the next video. Good day.